Okay, just a quick update on where we are at the moment. Two new things have been added to the plugin. One is the ability to filter out obstacles based on elevation, and the other one is the ability to quickly merge two layers, because currently if you're using QGIS you need to go through several steps and maybe you want to make it a little bit faster. So I'll demonstrate first the filter out. So this is a test project that I have. Obstacles are not real, so they're just random numbers. And the first thing that I want to do is to extract only the obstacles that are above a certain value. Okay, so for that we can use these filter points. Currently says threshold elevation, but it's going to be changed to just what's the filter elevation that you want. So in this case, I'm going to use 250 meters. So I just want to use values that are above 250. This helps out because it optimizes the speed of your calculations. You don't need to run calculations over obstacles that are lower than a value that you put. It just makes sense. You can change the colors if you want, but in this case, reds are higher, green are lower. They're going to be ingested, not ingested, but provided later as separate layers. And here you can change the point size on the display. In this case, 0.5 is very small, so I'm just going to increase it to a value of 2. And here, just forget about the output, KML, and copy parameters as JSON, because those will be eliminated. They're not really required for this. So once you do that, I can just filter my points, and you can see that two layers have added. So greens are lower, so I don't really care about those, and red are higher. So those are the ones that I might really want to do, like a obstacle assessment, check MSA, or proportional mock, etc. You know, if you have millions of points like with LiDAR, using all of the data set can get really difficult. Now, you could already do this in QGIS if you go to properties and then you go to the query builder. And in this case, for this tool to work, the field needs to be called elev. Okay, so that's a standard. So you will need to create that layer before. And here I can put 250. But you see, those are a lot of steps that I need to do in order to get what I want. So here, actually, it's elevation higher than 250 rather than the other one, which was a lot quicker. It provides me also a separate layer that I can do stuff with it, delete, etc. Okay, and that's the first thing. The second one is maybe you want to merge layers together. So maybe I have this and I want to merge them together. So previously you need to go to processing, toolbox, you need to search for merge, and here vector layers, you need to check all the input layers. If you have a lot of input layers, like in my case, then this gets really messy, etc. And then you need to provide a lot of stuff. Okay, so the idea of this is to make it like a quick flash merge. I just select two layers that have the same geometry, need to be points, and they have the same coordinate reference system, because if not, it's not going to be working really. Okay, so these are both on the same. So let's try it out, and then you just click here, merge. Icons are not yet finalized, and you just put merge layers. So this is a lot quicker, easier to do than the processing toolbox. Of course, the other one is optimized in C++, etc. This is just Python scripting. And if I open up the attribute table, it's going to have all of the columns that maybe one or the other doesn't have. So it's going to be a union of all the columns. So make sure that you just have what you really need. So this is a quick update of where we are. They're really happy with this. And you know, once you have like this obstacle higher elevation, let's say I have this part, so I could do that at the start really instead of at the end to select. So I can filter out obstacles from the lower, obstacles that are higher really, that are inside of this, and the extracted values are just here. So you see, that's a way that you can reduce. Maybe the best way would be the other way around, right? First filter out whatever is inside and then do the second filter, etc. But it just depends on how you want to work. So hopefully this is starting to look a little bit something useful that you can be applying for your job. At least for me, it's useful for what I'm doing. I'm just happy to provide it for anybody to test it out.